everybody, I hope you're having a great week so far. I am here today in my son's nursery, and keep an eye out for that video because I'm going to do a nursery room tour. It's my favorite room in the house and I love spending time in it. He doesn't actually sleep in here right now, but we are planning to start that transition about 6 months, and we're hoping to start having him take naps in here. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do a video about that. I'm just sitting on the floor in here. Oliver's next to me in his jumperoo, and so I'm going to be keeping an eye on him. And you might see my cat wandering around in here. Sometimes she's in here hanging out. So today I just want to talk about my favorite baby products from 0 to 3 months. Oliver is now, he'll be 15 weeks old on Wednesday. Today is Monday when I'm filming this, and time has just flown. But these are the products that we have used the most during this time, and every single one of these items I don't think I could live without. I love them that much. So the first thing that I want to talk about is his Rock and Play. This wasn't that expensive, and originally we bought it to carry with us when we went back and forth, you know, to parents' houses or whatever, because it just folds up. It's really easy to move, and we planned to take it with us in case he napped. But when he was born, he was actually super active, and he was one of the fastest moving babies I've ever seen. I have 15 nieces and nephews, so I've been around a lot of babies, and they're usually pretty inactive, but he actually was really wiggly, and I was too afraid to leave him in his bassinet, and just because I felt like he was going to roll over and smother himself. But I mean, I don't know that he would have, but that was just my first time mom fear. So we actually would just swaddle him and leave him in his Rock and Play at night by the bed, and he slept perfectly in it. And he actually stayed in that until he was consistently holding his head up, because I was just so afraid he was going to smother himself. So he slept in that, I think, till about 7 to 8 weeks, and then he transitioned into his bassinet by our bed. And I won't show which one I have because it's actually not my favorite, and I think with the next baby we'll purchase a different one. We purchased this one. It seemed like a good deal, and it's worked fine. It really has, but it's not my favorite thing. So I don't feel like it's very stable. It only has legs on one side, and so he often rolls to the other side or kind of slides over to the other side, and it kind of creates this weird imbalance. So we're going to change that one. But this thing has been amazing. I highly recommend it. It rocks. You can set it on a timer for 30 minutes or for 8 hours, and it plays music and white noise. So highly recommend that. One of my most used baby products. The other thing is when he started becoming a little bit more alert, he didn't want to be put down because it was like he was bored. So we invested in this. It was $35, I think, at Walmart, and he loves it. It's literally one of his favorite things. So I highly recommend it. This little giraffe, it plays music, and and he loves that. He'll just stare and stare at it all day, and it keeps him entertained. So I highly recommend that. Some of these other products I didn't think that I would actually use, but they're like my ride or dies. So one of the first things are these baby bottles. I plan to breastfeed, so I didn't think that I would need baby bottles. And I did breastfeed, but my journey was a little bit different, and so we did actually end up needing bottles. And these actually, they're the Nuke brand. I think you can get 2 for $8 or $10, and you can change out the nipples on them. And Oliver had a really hard time. Just a minute, mom life. Ooh. Say hi, guys. Say hello. So Oliver had a really hard time with regular bottle nipples. They were actually too fast, and he would just choke on them. And so this brand, and I'm sure a lot of them do, but this brand offers a slow flow version, and so he was able to keep control and he wouldn't choke. And that's all the bottles. That's the only bottles we've ever used, and we love them. The next item going to show this in case he wants it in just a second, are these little binkies. They're amazing. And they're actually the ones that you get from the hospital, and used to you could only get them in the hospital, but now you can purchase them at Walmart and I think Target, and I think it's $4 for a pack of 2, and we live by these things. I didn't think he would need a binky that much, but when I was breastfeeding in the beginning, all he wanted to do was suck. Like, he just wanted to stay on my boobs all day long, and that sounds great in theory, but it means you can never put him down, and you're exhausted because, like, I was too terrified to co-sleep, and I still am. And so I would just, like, stay awake all night. And so the nurse, the third night that we were at the hospital, the nurse brought me one of these, and she said, honey, she said, I can tell you're exhausted. She said, I said, well, I don't want to confuse him. Like, they talk about nipple confusion, and I didn't want to do that. And she said, I've been an OB nurse for 30 years. She's like, I'm going to just set this here. You can use it, or you don't have to. It's completely up to you. It's your decision. But she said, this may help you get a little bit more rest. And my gosh, was she right. So we just have used those, and he loves them. He usually just uses them when we're out in public or when he's going to sleep. It's more, I think, a comfort thing for him. It's not a necessity yet. So, yeah, but he really likes them. So, gives me mom approval. So, he's staring at the kitty. So, he's going to be a little enamored over there for a few minutes. The next thing is our Munchkin bottle warmer. This was $12 at Walmart, and literally amazing. Because I used bottles with breast milk in the middle of the night, you'd have to get up and heat them up, and like, you're half asleep and you're so sleep deprived anyway. It was just so nice just to put a little bit of water in there, turn it on, not think about it. Usually what I would do is I would just, when he woke up at night, I would run down and put a bottle in, and I would change his diaper, and then by the time I was done changing his diaper, his bottle was ready. So that thing is one of my favorite things in the whole world. And now we have transitioned to formula. I'll be talking all about that later on, and I use it for that as well. So this product is a baby wipe warmer, and I didn't think that I would use it that much. I didn't think that it would be something that I would love, but it was given to us as a gift, and when your baby is mostly asleep in the middle of the night and they've just woken up to eat, or they just need their diaper changed, it's so nice to have a warm wipe to wipe their butt instead of a cold, shocking wipe that makes them cry and fully wake up. So I love it. We've used it, we use it since he came home from the hospital, and I haven't regretted it. I didn't spend any money on it, but seriously, one of my favorite gifts. The next thing that I love that you can never have too many of are these burp cloths. So these are actually called cloth diapers at Walmart. You get a pack of 10 for $10, but I use them to clean up spit up, drool, drool, poop, basically anything, spilled milk, anything that you can think of has been cleaned up with these. And you can wash them in the washer, and then dry them. And so I also have a sanitized setting on my dryer, and so that makes them really easy to clean, and you can just keep reusing them. You're not just throwing something away. The next thing you can never have too many of are blankets. And we actually didn't buy like a ton in the beginning because I thought we wouldn't need that many, but seriously, you leave them everywhere, you lose them. You have some upstairs, you have some downstairs, so you can just never really have too many. And this is one of my favorites. We actually bought this before we knew we were having a boy, and I think we bought it on faith that he would be a boy because we really wanted a little boy. And we just love it. But we have so many of these, and I highly recommend having a variety of sizes and styles. Some are a little bit more warm, like thermal. Some are just fuzzier, they're softer, they're a lot more fun. So just get you some, you won't regret it. One of the other things that I absolutely love and used all the time, especially when he was a little bit smaller, he's getting a little bit too big for it, like it's a little bit strained on my back, but is the ring sling. And there was a little bit of time that I couldn't put him down at all. He would just cry and cry and cry. And now that he's a little older and he can entertain himself a little bit, we don't have that problem quite as much. But the ring sling seriously saved me, and it was, I think I registered for it. I don't remember if I registered for it or somebody gave it to me. But we also have one of those slings that goes around your, or not slings, but carriers that goes around your back and straps. And that one's been a little bit more practical for me now that he's bigger because it distributes the weight properly. But right after my C-section, I couldn't use that one because it put all the pressure right on my belly. And so this one was a lot more comfortable and easier. It's just more lightweight, it's more compact. And so we really, really loved that one. So that's just a few of the products that we really loved. There's also some other products that we use because he got his first cold right at 12 weeks. So I'm going to do a video all about surviving your baby's first cold. So keep an eye out for that. And I hope this video was really helpful to you. The one last thing I forgot to mention, and I don't have it over here, but it's his Oobi diaper pail. We wanted the Diaper Genie, but then we found out that you have to use the Diaper Genie bags, and they're kind of expensive. So we ordered the Oobi, and I think it was $80, but it honestly, so worth it. My son has the most atomic diapers, I swear, and they smell so bad. And that diaper pail, you cannot smell anything from it, not one thing. I mean, it just keeps everything locked in, and seriously, I seriously love it. But other than that, that's my most used baby products, 0 to 3 months. I hope you will check me out on social media. Everything's linked below. And if you would like to see more of this guy every day, check me out on Instagram. I'm pretty active over there daily. So leave me a comment below, say hi, and press that subscribe button. It's completely free, and it'll just notify you when I upload. So I hope to see you again soon, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.